Hi guys, my first video was trash, but please watch the other 2 videos as well. We finally reached the last member of the Elite Four. This is the most powerful member of the Elite Four, but 2 of his Pokemon aren't even fully evolved. All 5 of his Pokemon should be top tier threats, but they aren't. So, like the rest of the Elite Four, I'm going to fix Lance's team of Dragon Pokemon. I'm going to switch his weaker Pokemon out for stronger ones, and change the moves and strategies of his other Pokemon to make them more threatening. Lance's first Pokemon is Gyarados. Gyarados' stats are some of the best in the game. Its physical attacks hit hard, and its stab special moves do decent damage as well. It also has a pretty great move pool that allows it to take advantage of its great stats. Unfortunately, its water flying typing leaves it 4 times weak to electric attack, and in Generation 1 Gyarados does not get access to Earthquake, so quite a lot of electric types and non-electric types can outspeed it and one-hit KO it with Thunderbolt. However, its flying typing gives it an immunity to Earthquake, which is one of the most common attacking moves in Generation 1. Its flying typing also means it no longer has a weakness to grass type moves. As far as moves go, I'm going to give Gyarados Thunderbolt, Surf, Blizzard, and Hyper Beam. Thunderbolt takes out opposing water types that Gyarados would otherwise have trouble with. Blizzard is a powerful attack that hits many Pokemon super effectively, especially bulky grass types like Exeggutor and Venusaur. Surf is a strong, accurate water type move for Gyarados to use on Pokemon like Rhydon and Golem. Hyper Beam is by far Gyarados' most powerful attack. Once Gyarados' other moves put the opponent within knockout range, he should take them out with Hyper Beam. Lance's team reminds me a lot of Bruno's team, except it's much better. Although like Bruno, he has 2 of the same mediocre Pokemon. Lance's next 2 Pokemon are both Dragonairs. Looking at Dragonair's stats, they aren't that great. Average attack and below average everything else. His Dragonairs are gonna have to go. I'm gonna replace his first Dragonair with Charizard. Charizard's stats aren't much better, but he has a great move pool, including access to Sword Stance. His fire and flying typing is terrible defensively though. He has a 4 times weakness to Rock Slide and a weakness to Thunderbolt and Surf. He does have a 4 times resistance to Grass though, which he can take advantage of to set up. As far as moves go, I'm going to go with Sword Stance, Earthquake, Hyper Beam, and Flamethrower. After a couple of Sword Stances, most Pokemon will take serious damage. Hyper Beam will knock out anything but the strongest physical walls, and Earthquake will hit many Pokemon like Gengar and Rhydon super effectively. Flamethrower is an accurate stab move that does decent damage. Charizard might have trouble getting up Sword Stances, but if it can get them off, there's very little that can stop it. Lance's second Dragonair has the same issues as the first one, so I'm going to have to replace it. I want Dragonair's replacement to make sense on this team. Looking at his Pokemon, they all have wings, and they're all very rare. Zapdos makes a lot of sense here. Zapdos hits hard and fast. Zapdos is an electric type that has an immunity to Earthquake, and it has no 4 times weaknesses. Biggest weakness, though, is its move pool. As far as moves go, I'll give Zapdos Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, Rest, and Drill Peck. Stab Thunderbolt will do a lot of damage to the many common water types like Slowbro, Starmie, and Vaporeon. It'll also hit the other 2 legendary birds super effectively. Thunder Wave will spread paralysis to help Lance's slower Pokemon outspeed opponents. Rest will help Zapdos recover health. And Drill Peck will hit bulky grass types that resist Thunderbolt. Lance's 4th Pokemon is Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is the only rock and flying type in Generation 1. That unique typing leaves it with many common weaknesses like ice, water, electric, and rock. And its defenses are very lacking. What Aerodactyl does have though is a speed stat that is tied for 2nd highest in the game. It also has a pretty respectable attack stat. Aerodactyl is a very fast glass cannon. His move pool is lacking though. As far as moves go, I'll go with Sky Attack, Hyper Beam, Substitute, and Rest. Sky Attack is used with Substitute for a powerful 2-turn attack. Few Pokemon will want to switch into it. Hyper Beam is powerful, but it should only be used when you can achieve a KO or if Aerodactyl has Substitute in place. Rest is there to recover health loss from substitutes. This Aerodactyl can hit very hard, but it requires a lot of luck and good prediction to use effectively. Lance's final Pokemon is Dragonite. Dragonite has all around some of the best stats in the game, except for its speed. It has a fantastic move pool with which to take advantage of its massive 134 attack stat and its good 100 special stat. However, its dragon and flying typing leaves it with a 4 times weakness to the most common attacking type in the generation. Dragonite is powerful for sure, but this weakness limits its abilities in some ways. Its major threats will need to be taken out before it can really excel. As far as moves go, I'm going to give Dragonite Agility, Wrap, Hyper Beam, and Blizzard. Dragonite's speed is only average, so Agility will allow Dragonite to outspeed every Pokemon in the game. After Dragonite gets the speed boost, it can hit them with Wrap. Wrap will continually damage them and keep them from attacking. After a few turns of Wrap damage, the opponent should be in range for the KO from Hyper Beam. Dragonite also has Blizzard in case it needs to take care of other Dragonites. I think Lance's team is the most powerful team I've created yet, but in order to test it out for sure, I'm going to have it face every other team I've created so far in Pokemon Showdown. I decided for this video to put Lance's team to the test against the previous 3 teams I created. This first match is against Lorelei's team of Ice Pokemon. I led with Gyarados, and they led with Dugong. This was a good matchup for me because I could take them out with Thunderbolt. Next they sent out Jinx. Not as good a matchup for me. Jinx outsped my Gyarados and put it to sleep with Lovely Kiss. I switched Gyarados out for Charizard. Charizard got hit hard by a Psychic, but it managed to take Jinx out with Flamethrower. Next they sent out Slowbro. This was a really bad matchup for my Charizard. It got finished off in one Surf. I sent out Zapdos to take out the Slowbro. I managed to take Slowbro out with a couple Thunderbolts, but not without getting hit by a Blizzard that took out half my health. Their second to last Pokemon was Cloyster. I got lucky and they missed a Blizzard, so it was an easy 2-hit KO. The final Pokemon was Lapras. Lapras managed to tank a Thunderbolt and take out my Zapdos with Blizzard. Luckily my Dragonite could outspeed and take it out with Hyper Beam. I definitely thought I'd be at a disadvantage in this match, because so many of my Pokemon are weak to Ice. But this one turned out to be a quick win. My next match was not as easy. This next match is against Brunos Team. A lot of his Pokemon have Rock Slide, which is definitely going to cause me trouble. I thought my Gyarados had a good matchup against its Golem, but it managed to survive a Surf with 1 HP because of Sturdy, and it took out my Gyarados with Explosion. Now I have no surefire way of taking out its Rhydon. Next I sent out Charizard, and they sent out Rhydon. This is a terrible matchup for me. 1 Rock Slide would be a 1-hit KO for sure. Charizard's Swords Dance boosted Earthquake did a little more than a third damage to Rhydon. It then got taken out by Rock Slide. Next I sent out Dragonite. Dragonite missed a couple of Blizzards, but finally managed to land one and knock out Rhydon. After I took out Rhydon, he sent out Primeape. I thought I had an advantage against Primeape, but Primeape outsped my Dragonite and knocked it out with Rock Slide. I was really worried about the rest of the match. His Primeape was fast and could hit all of my Pokemon super effectively. Luckily, Aerodactyl is the second fastest Pokemon in the game, so I outsped it and took it out with Sky Attack. When I saw the pinch I was in, I Dynamaxed and swept the rest of his team with Max Airstream. I did not tell my friend that I was going to Dynamax, so it was a bit of a cheap shot, but it was my only way to win. My last match was against Agathas Team. Like my last 2 matches, I led with Gyarados. My opponent led with Victory Bell. I got lucky and managed to take it out in a couple Blizzards. But their next Pokemon was Nidoking, which took out my Gyarados in 1 hit. My Dragonite was the only Pokemon I had that could hit it super effectively, so it took it out with Blizzard. Next they sent out Gengar. This Gengar put my Dragonite to sleep and whittled it down with Dream Eater and Giga Drain. Next I sent out Charizard. I was hoping I could set up Swords Dance and Sweep, but Gengar put Charizard to sleep before that could happen, and he took Charizard out with Dream Eater. I sent out Zapdos and took Gengar out with Thunderbolt. Agatha's final Pokemon was Tentacruel. Tentacruel Dynamaxed and took out my Aerodactyl. Its special defense was so high that my Zapdos' Thunderbolt did nothing to it. My Zapdos got killed by a Max Hailstorm. I kind of thought Lance's team would do better than that. Not gonna lie. I'm sure it's all just bad luck. He still got like 1 or 2 wins though, so that's fine. There's still one more trainer we have to talk about. Next week, I'm gonna go over the champion. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like this video, then please like and subscribe and check out my OnlyFans. Thanks.